Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to Colour Christmas with me and the second part of our Christmas Gnomes by the incredible Teresa Goodridge. And we left off having only just got this far, we didn't get too far. So for the plan today, I plan to do these strips in the door are going to be gingerbread, and on the chimney we're going to do some marshmallow treats here, and then we've got to do our candy canes and whatnot. So I've been umming and ahhing about the marshmallow bits, so I'm going to try and give those a go. So if we come in, I've just got two colours here. I've got the beige red, which is the pale flash, and then I've got ivory, my little stump. I'm just going to try and sharpen the ivory. We'll see how that goes. It might not fit in here. I might have to get my... Yeah, no, it's gone beyond, folks. It's too stumpy. Let me just get my little M&R sharpener. I love these ones. So just give that a turn in there. So let's have a go at this. So I'm going to take the beige red 132 and I'm going to just lightly put that up in the corners. So like marshmallows. Like this. We can build that colour up. There we go. And then we can just put ivory over that. And I think if we go over that, then just do a little bit more of the pink. If we then go over that with a white Posca to take out the black lines, or we can leave them, doesn't matter, but I think it will look even more marshmallowy. So we've got a nice soft look of, or it could be icing or it could be marshmallows, whatever. Could have done it as the snow if you like. I just thought it'd look good as a bit of frosting. So just on the edge, like that. And then a little bit of ivory. So that's how I'm going to do those. So now let's have a look at our candy canes. I've just got two colours for the reds. I've got dark red and then I've got deep red, and they work really well together. So we can do these candy canes. We can actually have done them with gel pens, couldn't we? But I'm going to do them in different ways. So this one, I'll start here with the dark red. And a little bit on that edge. And I'll just do the stripes here. Like that. Ooh, very tight little stripe, that one. Just checking you could see. There we go. And a little bit there. You could do this with gel pens if you wanted to. And then in with our deep red. So dark red and deep red. There we go. Might darken up those edges a little bit more. It's quite hard to stay in those lines, you know. Okay. And then this one we can do where we put more red in. So if we do dark red down here, and then our deep red. There we go. Not very good at staying in the lines tonight, but what's going on? And we'll do this one. And swap colours. And we can change them up, so we could have peppermint ones. We can have different coloured sweeties. So that's how I'm going to do that. So pretty self-explanatory, that one. Just miss a stripe and do the next one. Okay, and then I'm going to do the same with this one. So they're all red and white, those candies. And I'll just change up ones that make sense. So there, miss this one, and we'll do the tip. There we go. And then just the next colour. So super easy, red and white colouring. There we go. And as usual, when I'm off camera, I'll go back over that, smooth it all out, and I'll finish that candy cane. Right, what else can we have red and white? Cup of tea, folks, cup of tea. It's been a busy weekend. I've put my Christmas tree. I had the grandson Friday, the little fella. Let's do a present. So we're going to go in with our... I don't know, actually, let's do his buttons. So we're going to go in with our dark. I'm going to put our dark colour around this edge. I'll put the highlights in with pen afterwards. So I'm going to make all his buttons red. Like that. This is going to be the fun bit, because other than his hat to colour in, which I haven't decided what colour I'm going to do that in yet, it's just all the little bits that are going to make the picture look really fun. Okay, so he's got little red buttons. I think I'm going to leave his icing alone, actually. There we are. Oh, we've got marshmallow down here too. Now what? We've got his swirly lolly. I don't know whether to do that in pen. So I'm going to go in with the... How am I going to do that? I'll have to have a think about that. I don't know. What else have we got? Let's do a nice Christmas ribbon. Now this I'm probably going to put a darker colour in there. So I'm using my dark of the two reds in there. And under here. Because they're sitting underneath something. Pull that colour down. We'll do the same on this side. Get that nice deep red in there. Is it deep? Dark red. The other one's deep red. There we go. Yeah, so I've put the tree up. Nearly killed me because it's a massive great thing. You have to put on each branch individually. So I'm just going to put the deep red there. Is it? No, I'll get it right in a minute. Dark red. It's on screen. We're using the darkest. And I'm going to leave a little gap at the top of that so that we can see a difference in colour when I put the next colour in. Yes, you have to put, it's 7-foot tree, and you have to put each individual branch on and then sort of fluff each branch out. You know, it is a beautiful tree. It's got pine cones and, you know, different types of branch on it. So you'll go from like the normal pine branch to fluffy, I don't know how to explain, but it's just gorgeous. It's one of the nicest fake trees. I know I'm biased because it's my tree, but it's one of the nicest fake trees I've seen. We brought it years ago now. My husband had a tax return one year and we went out and brought it. It was that big we couldn't get it in the box in the boot of the car. So we had to take it out the box and leave the box behind for the store to put into their rubbish and just take the tree home as it was. So that's gone up. Anyway, that's done. And I'm waiting for good old Amazon to deliver some Father Christmas presents and for the little fella. And some ribbon. I've ordered some ribbon because my tree topper, gosh, must be 20 years old. And it certainly looks it. So I decided I was going to make a new tree topper. Going in with the dark here. I'm going to darken this up. Yeah, so I'm going to make a like an oversized bow to sit on the top of my Christmas tree. So I've got some different types of ribbon coming. I'm looking forward to doing that. I should do that this evening when I've showered and relaxed, ready for work for tomorrow. I will do that. Right, I'm going to bring in the tiniest bit of black, and this is a black Prisma. You could use the black Polychromos, but I really like the way Polychromos and Prismas work together. So a little bit of black in there, and then over it with our darkest red. Didn't need a really light hand, but that'll just give us that real deep shadow that I want. So just a tiny bit. You could use a brown or red brown to do this with, but as soon as I grab the black, it's the black it is. And then, oh no! And then back over with our red. I didn't mean to put that bit of black in there. So that's our darkest red then now. Okay, I want a little bit here. Just a little bit there. And then our dark again. And if I pick out a Prisma and show you, let me get raspberry. Yeah, so I've got raspberry Prisma here, which is 1030, and because I put too much black on there, I'm going to use the raspberry, and that will just help push out that black. There we go. Instead of having to erase it all. Sort of spread that black out. And then of course, we can put glitter and glam on there when we're done. What else are we going to do? Yeah, I don't know. So, what I'm going to do, let me see. Well, I think I might make his hat red. So if I grab just a generic alcohol marker, what do I normally use? I normally use this one. These are a Daxi, but I bet if you look on any of your alcohol markers that you've got from Amazon in sets, the number might be different, but the colour vermilion or the number might be exactly the same. I've had loads of sets and they're all the same. So I'm going to go round here with vermilion. It's a very orangey red, which is perfect. I have got paper and I've got plastic sheeting under my page. So I'll put that on there. Like that. I am going to have to get, I think, gold stuff out. Got to let that dry. In the meantime, just while I wait for that to dry, instead of keep going on and off camera, let's do some more of our marshmallow and I'll see how that turns out. Otherwise it could be frosting, but I quite like the difference. There we go. Right, we can do our, let's do our sweeties along here. So we're going to go back to the greens we used for the Christmas tree. I'm going to skip the first one and do the next one. So we had permanent green olive, we had leaf green and light green. So permanent green olive, there, leaf green, and what's this one, light green. Okay, we can go back over that. There we go. And I'll fill that little light bit in with Posca. So if we had red, and what other like Christmassy colours are there? Red, green. Do red, green and gold. Well, let's just do red, green. So, and then we can keep the stars. We can have the stars as gold with a white outline. And the reason I'm going to keep the white outline, I think, is because I'm going to put stickles on it. I think it will look awesome with a bit of stickle on. Okay, we'll do this one as well. So every other one, I think you get the picture. That nice and dark. And then this one. I think that bow looks really quite effective now. Right, we're going to take back to our reds, which was dark red. I'm going to go around this edge. And again, if I think I need to darken it up, I'll pop a little bit of that black in and maybe use the raspberry from the Prisma set just to blend it out. Could you see any of that? Because I pulled out and not pulled back in again. So we'll do that. Because I think it does like really add to the effect. So I'm just going to really lightly do a little black edge. Can you see that round there? Then I'm going to take the Prisma Raspberry. If you've only got Polychromos, they'll work just as well. And then I'll go back to my lightest colour, which is deep red, and just go over all that. There we go. A bit of slushing. And then we'll do the same here. So deep red. We'll go in with our... sorry, that was dark red. This is deep red. Oh my goodness. I'll take that tiny little bit of black. And then that raspberry. Knock that. Pull that black out. We can go over that with our lightest colour, the Polychromos then. Okay, so that's how that's going to be done. Right, we can have a look at his little hat now. That should be dry. Yeah, so this is going to be red. So I'm going in with my the two colours we've already used on the picture. So I'm going to use my darkest one first. I'm going to come in here. Start to build the colour up on his hat. And we'll have it dark up this side. All the way up there, up that black line. Around the bottom here. Like that. Then we'll bring in our lighter red. And we can leave some of that vermilion alcohol marker just sort of gone over lightly. That way we'll get a different tone underneath. There we go. That's quite cool. I actually prefer that than how I've done those. I might erase those. Let's see if they'll erase. Erased. Good. So I might put this vermilion over those and do it that way. So you could do this with water-based markers if you don't have alcohol markers. Oh, damn it. You see what I've done? Only me, only me. Right, well, I'm going to let that dry and I'm going to maybe try some white Posca on there. What a disaster! Oh, Lucy Loop. Damn. Okay. Oh, it's really annoyed me. I wonder if our green is dark enough to cope with going over it. I'll have to get an alcohol marker. Let me see. What have I got? Let's try some grass green. This is an ahoo-hoo grass green. Oh, actually, hang on a minute. Wait. Look. Colourless blender will take the colour out. Let's try. At least if we can pick up some of that colour, get rid of some of it. I don't know if this one's dry. It feels pretty dry. Hang on, let me get another one. Let's try this one. That feels pretty dry as well. Don't tell me they were all dried out. I think they might have. No. So that might, there we go, that is lifting. So if I can saturate that and get that colour out, then I can go back over with green, hopefully, and it won't be so bad. I'll have to go back over with the dark Naples yellow and correct that, but oh my goodness, folks, what a nightmare. Oh, right, so I have to leave that because that will have completely saturated the page to lift that colour out. So I'll have to leave that. Right, I'll tell you what I'm going to do, because I've got myself into a tiz now. I'm going to go off and do the marshmallow. Oh, I'll tell you what we could do. We could do this wreath, couldn't we? No, I'm going to go off and have a break because I am going to mess it up magnificently. I don't know what is up with me. I obviously need to step away for a minute. I'm going to go and step away for a minute, finish the candy cane at the top there, and then I'll be back. And I'll have planned better. Alright folks, see you in a sec. Okay folks, I managed to fix up my botch. I don't think it's that obvious. I just went over with a alcohol marker. And then, so what I've done off camera without you is I've changed the candy cane at the top here so it matches the other two. It just looked odd. So I erased the red, did the bigger parts in red, and then I Posca'd it. So they match because I just thought it looked odd. I was rushing too much because I hadn't planned it and I felt like I was rushing. So I've done this candy cane in the same reds, and I've done all the like Smarty buttons, and I did a green one at the top here and a green one for the door handle, and that's as far as I've got. I think I'm going to do a red one on that bucket. I'm not sure. I'm really liking the green gold, the green and red, and then I think I'm going to introduce, I've got a load of like glitters, cheap glitters. I've got glitz, like a beautiful green colour. These are from docrafts.com. You can get them on Amazon in a set. I've got a plain silver one. Then obviously, oh, and then I've got a beautiful red shiny one. Then I've got the incredible, this is Dove Crafts gold like stickles. So we can have lots and lots of fun. But if you remember from part one when we did the gingerbread house, oh, I also finished off all the marshmallows and went round them with white gel pen, although it's not behaving very well. So if you remember from part one, we had this array of colours, we had walnut brown, burnt sienna, brown ochre, terracotta and dark Naples yellow. I am going to do these strips in gingerbread like they've been laid over the top. So I'm going to come in with a tiny bit, going to have to be really cautious and do this very carefully because we've got a lot of colours in there to make it look like gingerbread. So I'm going in with walnut at the bottom. So we're going to have to be quite careful. Okay, next colour is burnt sienna. Yeah, I hope you don't mind me doing those off camera. They were all exactly the same. I didn't do anything that you hadn't seen, and I just outlined the marshmallowy bits. That's that one. Then we went in, I think, with burnt ochre. I'm pretty sure before we did the terracotta. It won't matter if we didn't. So brown ochre, sorry. Then we did terracotta, because that gave it that nice biscuity, gingery colour. Go over that brown ochre. And then we just introduce a little bit of dark Naples ochre. And this should help to tie our house together. So I'm going to do up round the arch as well. And I'm just going to do that the same way. So I am going to, let's make this bit the darkest side. So walnut up here. I'm just going to follow the shape of the door all the way round. A little bit of walnut there. Burnt sienna. Burnt sienna. Brown ochre, and I'm just overlapping each time I put a new colour down, overlapping where we've already coloured. Terracotta, and then our dark Naples ochre. So we're going to do that all the way around the door, on all the lattice bits on the door. And we're going to do the chimney in gingerbread too. Shock there then, folks. Okay, right. So we'll make this bit darker, so we'll put our walnut brown carefully under here. A little bit of the edge there. So round our snow icing. Then we have burnt sienna. I don't need to keep saying the names out, do I? They're all on the screen in order from darkest to lightest, Lucy. You should know that. You have to spend enough time editing. I'm having to concentrate too much. I can't chat to you about all the things I wanted to tell you, but maybe we can squeeze another colour with me in before Christmas. Well, I hope so, because we've got a week, haven't we? And I think I'm pretty much done, she says. I think I did that the wrong way round. It's okay. I did. It's okay. Goodness me. There's too much on my mind, I think. Yeah, because I finished school on Tuesday, so I should be able to, God willing, squeeze another colour with me in. Let's put a bit more ginger in there. Or terracotta. That would be nice. I'll spend some time together before Christmas. And then we'll do the slats on those the same. I'm not going to do, I don't know what colour I'm going to do that bit yet. I'm not sure. And I think, looking at the picture in its entirety, I think I'm going to do his hat in green, because we've got a lot of green down here, but not that much up here. So I think I'm going to do his hat in green, and maybe the wreath obviously in green and gold maybe, and just his little sleeve poking out. Could maybe be red, I don't know. But, hat, I'm doing in green. Now I've got a hoo-hoo marker here, which is a yellowish green, it's called. And I think it's pretty much on my scrap of paper. Yeah, I've been making a mess. It's quite a good match for that really light colour there. So really it's only just so that my hands don't have to work so hard. So with my protective sheets behind, I'm just going to go in, and it's too late now, he's going to be green. Unless I decide to paint him. Once it's on, it's on. So his hat's green. And then I'm looking at the little, this little candy thing here. I think I'm going to have to draw some swirls in. So I might have to draw some like divisions in where there would be swirls, so we can do it between red and white. Oh, don't you dare run out on me now. Oh no. Oh, this should be fun, folks. Right, nice and slowly, Lucy, come on. Don't do it. Oh, isn't that just a nightmare when you're halfway through a project and your pen runs out? I need to make a list of all my alcohol markers that are running out to replace them, because a hoo-hoo are a hoo-hoo, they're not generic. And they do certain colours now, replacement ink, so I'll have to go and have a look, make a little list. I need some Polychromos replacements as well. Right, so he's got a green hat. Anything else? No. Right, well, while I'm waiting for his hat to dry, because we have to wait for alcohol markers to completely dry before we try and colour over it, I'm going to go and finish the gingerbread and this little, I don't know what I'm going to do that. No. The gingerbread, I'll finish the gingerbread lattices and then we'll meet back up. A little bit of hat there. And I'm thinking of doing the background dark navy and then putting snow on it. I don't know. We'll meet again in a second. So I've finished off the gingerbread bits and I'm thinking that I might do that like marshmallow, almost a bit that's been piped on as well. His hat's now dry and I've got two like alcohol markers, sort of darkish colours like that. They look like that when they're blended. I thought I'd do that for the background and then we can put some snow on, and also the dark colour will push out all the colours. So should we try that first? God, if I fluff this up, the whole thing's ruined. So I was thinking around the outside of the tree that could also be gingerbread, but I'm not sure. So I'm going to do this first. So I've got two Ahoo markers. These are, oh gosh, they're so tiny. PB4 Neapolitan Blue, I think that says, and PB6 Royal Blue. So I'm going to go in with our darkest first. So I'll leave you out, and I'm going to use the bullet tip for a minute, because I think that's gingerbread house there, isn't it? Because I've got to get round these spaces. So I'm going to do dark, excuse me, trying to concentrate, round the bottom and sort of maybe 3/4 of the way up. I'm going to switch to my brush tip now because that covers quicker. These are the ones that Ahoo sent me, they're gorgeous. Okay. Just going to try doing it with the brush, although I'm very shaky. Okay, so if I come up this edge, gosh, look how shaky. So I had a break, I stepped away, I had a bath, and then I made the bow for the Christmas tree. So the Christmas tree's finished and I've put the bow on the top. I brought 3 different ribbons, like a burlap one to go at the back, and then I brought 2 different gold ones, like a solid gold glittery one, and then like a sheer gold one. It got gold edging and then gold snowflakes on. So I made them smaller as they went along into the centre, and it looks really effective. It's lovely. We had a star for the the longest time, and it was like a little rattan one, little wicker type thing, and it just had it. So I decided that good old Amazon could provide me with some with some ribbons to have a play with. So I did followed a YouTube video and made them, and love it. It looks really cool. Okay, so I've gone up that far with the dark blue. Now I'm going to go in with the light one. I'm going to go straight in with my brush tip and overlap there. Now hopefully these snowflakes will show through, and what I can then do is silver gel pen or white gel pen over the top. So I'm going to carry this on right up to the top of the page. This like navy blue, whatever colour it is. I can't remember and I can't stop to look. If you stop, that's when you get your streaks in there. That's the problem. So you're better off keeping going. I think it's easier with the darker colours though to get a smoother finish. So I'm going to find an edge where I can stop. I'm going to have to come up round here. I'll stop by his pom-pom. Fill that in. Okay, just going to re-go over that line. Bring that up there. There we go. And then I'm going to let that dry, and we should see a difference. Once it's dry, I mean it's soaking wet right now, once it's dry we should see a transition between the dark and the light. Fingers crossed, folks. So I'm going to go off and finish the background because I can't even talk to you while I'm trying to do it. I have to concentrate, and then we'll come back. And we'll do the rest. Hopefully I'll have a plan because I'm stumped, but yeah, we'll do the rest. See you in a sec. Okay. Oh, excuse me. The background's not completely dry. It's still a little bit wet, but enough for me to be able to get on and colour his hat. Yeah, so we're going to use the same greens. I'm going to bring you in. I think you're getting a bit of a picture for this page. I didn't intend it to be all just green and red, but it's actually quite challenging deciding where to put the colours, to be honest. Okay, so we're going in with our permanent green olive, and we're going to start here because that's going to be darkest, because it's got where his little hat folds over there. Going to mind our little robin. That's what he's going to be, a little robin. I think. And we're going to put this permanent green olive down here. So anywhere we've got some shadow going on. A little bit around the edge. Oh dear, got a frog in my throat. Yeah, so I think, oh, touch wood, I'm almost there. So I did the bow on the tree, which I told you, I absolutely love it. I think it's brilliant. Really, really simple, but really effective looking. The little fella, I've got 3 of his presents have turned up today, and then tomorrow the rest are coming. Gosh, children's toys aren't cheap anymore, are they? Oh my goodness. I've spent a fortune, and it's just going to look like nothing. It's going to look like he hasn't got anything. Do you know what I mean? You must all experience the same thing with children's toys these days. What did he wanted Toy Story toys, so I got Woody, Buzz and Jessie. They've all come. He's got a Batman dressing gown for when he's at Nana and Grandad's house. I've got a pair of pyjamas, but I can't remember who they are. Whether it was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, because he's into that as well, or it was either Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles or Toy Story pyjamas that he's got. What else have I got? Oh, we got oh, he's into Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, like I just said. So I got him Splinter. His daddy's got him the other things. So he likes those. I got him a set of cars, just little, you know, pull back cars that you can play with. That you just, you know, pull back, and a mat for him to play on. He wanted like that Monster Jam stuff, but gosh, it's just so expensive for a bit of plastic. So Nana is going to make, on Christmas Day, Nana is, yes, she is. Nana is going to make a ramp, and I will paint it black and put the white stripes down it so he can have a road, and we'll build a ramp so they can do stunts on. If he still wants to, that is. I mean, he might have too many other things to play with. His daddy's got him quite a lot. So, yeah, so, and then obviously like the usual little stocking fillers, like a selection box, and right, I'm going in with leaf green now. Selection boxes of chocolate, you know, just little bits and bobs. I'll go to like the pound shop and that, and just buy some bits and pieces to fill up a stocking, so that when he wakes up, he's got something to open and play with while I make a cup of tea at least, so that we can at least open our eyes before the hurricane of, or tornado of Christmas paper begins. And I'm sure all of you that have got children and grandchildren know that feeling well. You don't even get a chance to get a cup of tea. So if I hang a stocking in his bedroom, then he's got something to open while I go downstairs and at least make a cup of tea. This is why I wanted that undercolour of the alcohol marker, because this is a huge space to colour in. It's going to take quite a bit of layering to get this done. So I must remember that I've got to get that other colour in. Okay, I know it looks horrendous. It looks like a kid's coloured it in at the moment, but that's because I'm just doing lightly, and I'll fill it in. So this is our final colour, which is light green, sorry. Yes, doesn't that look pleasant? Oh my gosh, it looks awful. I hope it, hope I can fill it up. So I'm now going back over with my mid colour, just hoping that I can fill all the white of the paper up. It would help if it was, I could press down on it. There we go, that's better. That's going to take quite some time. I might have to go off camera and do this, ladies and gents, because it's going to take forever. And I'm going to have to stop in between because of the pain in my hands. But it'll be worth it, it'll look cute. Okay, I'm going to go off and get that to a point that it's smooth like the Christmas trees, and then we will meet back up and hopefully we can finish off the little bits and bobs together. Alright my lovely, see you in a sec. Hello you lovely lot, got my cup of tea. So we need to finish this page. I've just finished, well not now, it's the next day. I'll be honest with you, that took some blending. My goodness, I didn't think I was going to get it. Excuse me having to have a sip of drink. These ulcers in my mouth are driving me mad. They're so sore. Okay, so we need to do his beard. So I've got some greys. And when I bring you in, I'll show you. I've sort of sectioned the lolly out. So I'm going to make that red and white with our with the two colours we've been using. Then I think these stars, I think the centre... No, not the stars, these. I think I'm going to do gingerbread and then a colour. So, I don't know. Having, I'm just going to move you because you're stuck on the tripod, which is never good. You know, you'll end up with a face full of colouring book, and that's not good. Yeah, so I've sectioned out the lolly so that I can do red and white into the centre. Shall we do his beard? So I've just got two colours at the moment, and then I might bring in the white Prisma, but you could use the white, whatever your colour you're using. And I've got the warm greys, so I've got warm grey 4 and warm grey 2 for his beard. So if we do this nice and slow, because I don't want to have trouble blending. So I'm taking warm grey 4, it's 4, sorry, warm grey 4, and I'm going to bring his whiskers out round his nose. And I'm not going to go too dark to start with. I'm not sure I want a dark beard. But we'll see how it goes. So I'm just going to sort of bring them out. Yeah, so I don't know what is going on. I've got these horrendous ulcers. I've got one that runs all the way down round the front of my the back of my teeth at the front, and it like runs all the way around the front of my mouth. I might have to go and see a GP actually, because I've had them since Thursday last week, that one. And then the roof of my mouth is all swollen. I am not sure what is going on. So I might build up this grey. I'm just thinking, I wonder if I build this grey up. We'll see, I can always erase. And then take out the white. God's sake, I can't speak. Goodness sake. And then use white to put those whiskers in. That might look quite effective. We'll see. A bit more there. And then we can just go in with a little bit of this number 2 and bring that out just a little bit. We can leave white in there. So I had a wonderful homemade Christmas card made from the gorgeous Louise, all the way from Canada. It's so beautiful. She sends me one every year. It's so lovely. My lovely friend Julie sent me a Christmas card. She's brought stuff for us on the channel before with an extremely heartfelt letter, so I'm going to need the time to sit down and reply to her. Kevin made my Christmas card, and he's made an Alice one. I will show you because it's one I can colour in, and it's gorgeous. It's just incredibly clever how he's put it all together. So I've sent my thanks to those people. Nicola, if you're watching, I'm sending my love to you. I hope your recovery is very quick and you have a restful, pain-free Christmas. So, I'm just sending out messages to people that have reached out to me for different reasons. Okay. So I'm just going to tidy up round here. Just lightly. Around his little nose, let's make that a little darker. I don't want him too dark. There we go. They're so cute, aren't they? Alright. So that was those two greys. Then I'm going to go back to our red combo for this lolly. So dark red and deep red. And I'm going to go in with, we're going to start the spiral here. So I'm going to do dark red, same as we've done the rest when we've used it. Dark red and then deep red. Going to miss a section out and then do dark red and deep red. Nice and simple. Then we might put some glossy accents on these sweeties. There we go. Miss that section, we'll do this section. I couldn't think how else to colour it. There we go. Although my spirals are questionable. Let's see. As long as they move over slightly each time, it should be okay. There we go. Yeah, so I will show you the Kevin's Christmas card. And he's printed off on the most incredible paper some copies of it on like a tan paper and white paper so that I can choose which one to colour it on. Isn't that thoughtful? People are so kind. Yeah, so lovely. There we go, we've got another little bit there. Another little bit there. We're getting smaller and smaller. A little bit here. If I go over, I'll just put a little bit of Posca. I might just put a little bit of red in the centre. Okay, one very dodgy looking lolly. Now, I'm going to take my gingerbread colours again. I know we're going backwards and forwards, but because I haven't planned the page, that's how it's going to go. I'm going to make these biscuits and then we're going to bling them up. So, this one, I'm going in with our walnut brown. In here, and then that's going to be icing or icing on top of it. Walnut brown, burnt sienna. We're getting the pattern now, aren't we? We'll go with burnt sienna around there. Make sure we've got enough of that, and we'll do that round there. And then I can go over the sky because I don't know if you can still see the snowflakes, so I'll be able to go over them, so that's really cool. Then our brown, I'm going to put a bit of brown ochre in. I can't remember the order we originally put it down. I think this might be right. And then terracotta, or it might have been the other way around, but it won't hurt. Terracotta. And then our dark Naples ochre. Dark Naples ochre. Because if you're still with me, this has been like a real ramble, this video. Okay, so we've got one, let's put a little bit more ginger in there. One biscuit ready for some icing. And then that needs a tiny bit of the dark blue in there, look. I'll just stab it in. Okay, and then we're going to do the same with this biscuit. So walnut, put walnut in here, and then we'll work our way out to the light colours. And then we can put icing on there, some kind of glitter, or if you haven't got the glitter I'm using, you could use gel pens. Just working our way out towards the edge. Seems as this is like a gingerbread scene. Makes sense. And then I keep, seeing as how this page has turned from a vision that I had of all the colours that I wanted into just biscuit colours and red and green. We'll keep that unity. There we go. Right, what else did I think of? Okay, yes, the centre of the parcels. We'll do those in gingerbread. So the same thing, I'm going to do like this with walnut. And then move down our list of colours until we get to the edges, which will be lighter. Okay, so I've just experimented that and put the terracotta before the brown ochre in it. I think it does look better. So we'll try that instead. So, and then this side I'll do the opposite way. So it keeps, we put the dark where the ribbon is going to be. There we go. Terracotta. Bit of brown ochre. And then our Naples yellow. Okay, so we'll just do that in reverse down at the bottom. I'm going to do that on all of the biscuits and the Christmas tree pot. So we'll have our walnut brown round our Smartie, I'm calling it. I don't know if you've got them in other countries. We have them. Smarties are like a sugar-coated chocolate sweet like that. They're delicious. They're used a lot on top of cakes and goodies and things like that. I'm just working our way down the colours. There we go. What colour do I do? What colour do I do his glove is what I'm thinking. I don't know, it might have to be... red. I don't know. Who knew... Gosh, why is that such a mouthful? Using limited colours like this would be so traumatic, folks. I over-exaggerate all the time. Yeah. So, there. So and then we'll put colour around the edge of the pot, and I'm going to do colour around the edge of the tree. These parcels are going to be done exactly the same. If I can get rid of all my pencils that are going underneath my book. So really, before I need to do his, glove and his pom-pom. Now, what colour am I going to do those? Well, we could do a grey fluffy pom-pom. So let's get a cool grey, but not dark. Let's do that. Let's get a couple of cool greys, then we can Posca it up and make it fluffy. So, cold grey 4 and cold grey 2. Okay, so let's go in here where we've got this indication of fluff and put our darker colour in. We don't want it too dark, we just want that indication so that when I go in with Posca, the Posca will show up, if that makes sense, and then we can make it look fluffy. Okay, and then we've got our cold grey 2, and I'm just going to lightly put some scribbles in, keeping it in the same direction, those scribbles. So I want it to look scruffy, I don't want it to look smooth and tidy. There we go. One furry pom-pom. Now, I have to just decide. There is a lot of green now, so maybe we can have a red glove. Yeah, I'm going for it, folks. I'm going for it. So there is a lot of red there, so I'm going to take that vermilion alcohol marker again, and I'm going to do his glove in red. And while that dries, we'll do his little hat trim as our gingerbread man too. I've still got my protective sheet behind. There we go. We can do, let's take those greys again. Where were they? There. And let's do gingerbread man's hat bit. So we'll choose a direction to go in, and I'm going to stick with it. So I'm going to go this way, and I'm going to put scruffy strokes in. And don't forget we'll Posca over this, so it's not going to look like... I might change direction, this is coming down this way. It won't stay looking scruffy like that, I mean, it'll look better. Okay, let's put that grey in. It's hat we can give a gold bauble. We're getting there now, folks, we're getting there now. And then I think let's make, I don't need that, we'll do stripes. Is that dry? No. Okay, what's left? The wreath. Obviously, that has to be green. Excuse me, I've got pencils going all under my book. It's very annoying. I'm going to do that green, I think. Oh, yeah, I have to be green, because you could have done it as like a sort of wicker or rattan one, but obviously against the gingerbread. I'll tell you what we're going to do first. This strip up here, I'm going to make that into that frosting. So we're going in with beige red. This is my process when I'm colouring on my own. This is what you don't see, because usually I've practised a page and you don't see me faffing in backwards and forward in like this normally. Okay, so there we've got a bit of icing, or I don't know, marshmallow stuff, whatever. Whatever, it looks tasty. Put that there. And then, so that was beige, red and ivory. And then I will outline that in white so it stands out. It's coming together, folks. It's coming together. Okay, let me sharpen my greens. We'll go back to our greens and we'll do our wreath, and then we can put some shiny bits in there too. So we've got permanent green olive. You probably know this better than I do. We've got leaf green, and we've got light green. That's our combination we've used throughout the page. Okay, so if we take our darkest first, and we'll use that on the inside. So I'm just going to take my time, because I don't want to have to sit there for 40 hours trying to blend, because I tried to rush that hat. And I thought, not rush it, but because I thought I'd got a base of alcohol marker over it, it would make it so much easier. It did, but I wasn't particularly neat when I was putting my colours down, and that made it hard. So it took a long time to blend that out, so I'm going to take my time. So this is our permanent green olive. So make sure that's dark enough in there. And then we go in with our leaf green. I'm going to try and keep the shape of the little wreath. There we go. We'll go in and make these little bits of icing stand out too, and then our light green. Go over the whole thing. There we go. Right, now we can go back in and deepen those areas up, as usual, around that heart. There we go. I'll just do half, and then I'll do the other half off camera, and just do exactly the same. I'm just trying to save you some time, folks. It's Christmas. We don't have time to sit for hours, do we? There we are. Right. That should be dry. Yeah. Let's do his glove, which is dark red and deep red. Let me have a sip of... Oh, it's so painful. It's so painful. I've tried salt water, I've tried Bonjela. Nothing is working. Okay, so this is our darkest colour. Let's go in there with that. And around here. And around his sleeve, which I don't know what colour. Oh, I've got an idea. Okay, let's get that in. Alright, and then in with our lighter colour, which I still can't remember whether it's deep or dark. Oh dear. There we go. Let's get in there. It takes a while, folks, on this paper. I think if I was colouring in it again, although it's come out well, I would use a softer pencil, a Prisma, or my Amazon Basics, or Faber-Castell Blacks. There we go. I will smooth that out. Okay, back to... I'm going to do the inside of that star in gingerbread as well. I'll do that with you quickly while we're on camera, and then I'll go off and finish everything that needs finishing, and then we'll come back and finish it off together. So I'm going to do, let's start at the bottom, put our walnut, and I'm just going to work up with the colours. That's all. And then we can use bling to bring that out. Because after all, it is still a gingerbread cookie. And we can, yeah, we can use glitter and bling and things to brighten it all up afterwards. There we go. Have we got any more like that that needs a bit of gingerbread? We could do the inside of those stars, I think, actually, and then, yeah, we're going to do that. So we're going to do that the same on each of these. So start with your walnut. Work through your colours. And then it will look like they've just put icing on there. Okay. It's a little bit more terracotta. There we go. Oh, excuse me. Right, let's come out. So I need to do the white of his hat. If you want to, you don't have to. I'm going to do it the same as I've done the gingerbread man down here. I'm going to fill in all the little squares in the boxes as gingerbread. His sleeve I'm going to do like the candy canes. I'm going to do green, white, green, white, green, white. So you don't need to watch me do that. I will just... That will be simple. And then we're going to come back... oh, we've got our little birdie. I forgot our little robin. Oh no, let's do our little robin. And then we can come back and finish off. So what colour shall I use for him? Well, I suppose he's probably gingerbread still, isn't he? If you look at the size of him, he's probably... So if we take walnut and burnt sienna and... Let's just try walnut, burnt sienna and the brown ochre first. So we'll put a little bit of walnut around here. Then we're bringing our reds. A little bit of burnt sienna. I can put that up here. And then our brown ochre. And let's put that on his wing too, the brown ochre, because it's lighter. And then we'll bring in the terracotta. And then the dark Naples yellow. Is it yellow? Ochre. And then we'll use our two reds just to do his little breast. So we'll put the darkest bit here and round the top there. And then our lighter red in there. And just to ensure it's bright enough, I might just put a drop of that alcohol marker so he's bright. There. So we've got our little gingerbread robin. Okay, there we go. Right, now you can see. Actually, it doesn't look too bad at all, does it? When we've got all the finishing touches on there, I think it's going to look incredible. All blingy and beautiful. Right, if you'll give me 1 second, my lovely friends, I will finish off what needs doing and I will be back and we can have fun. See you in a sec. Okay, guys, I think I've done everything that I went off camera to do. I've got the grey in his hat and the beard's done. We did that on camera. I've done all the gingerbread, I think so. We are now going to take Posca pen, this one, with the white, with the clear clip, which is 0.7, that tip. And we're going to do some beard trimming and some hat fluffing. So I'm going to go over these white lines, if my Posca will behave itself. Let's get my scrap sheet of paper. I'm always reluctant to get rid of my Poscas when they appear to have run out, because you can always get a little bit more out of them. Trouble is then, I don't know if anybody else does that, the next time you go to colour them, I don't know which one's working and which one isn't. So that can pose a problem. So I must learn to let go and get rid. Okay, so that looks considerably better without the black lines in. Oh dear. Looks like there's police out the back. Okay. Just get it running again. There we go, that's better. Okay, there we are. Up here, we take those out. There we go. And then I'm going to take the white Posca and I'm just going to put some little flicks throughout his hat. That way it will end up looking, hopefully, like he's got some fluff on there. There we go. It's got a little bit of a fluffy hat. That's why it didn't matter so much about the scribbling colouring that I was doing on that. We need to do the same on our little gingerbread man and his hat. Make that look a bit fluffy. Although why he'd have a fluffy hat, I don't know. But he has now. Okay. Anything else? Just going over, back over that. Now my Posca's running properly. Over our frosting. We're going to put these white lines in. Just want to do this before we add anything, before we add any glitter and things, because once your glitter's on, that's it, you can't add anything else. Let's take, actually we could use my big chunky Posca for that, so let's do that. It's more opaque and it's likely to show up. There we go. I'll tell you what I could have done. I'll tell you what I'm going to do on the icing at the bottom here. I've got the Tooly Art blues and they're really beautiful. Or should we use the pastels? In here. I love these pens. No, they're Posca's, wrong one. Tooly Art. These are the pastel colours. I think that blue. Number 12, I reckon if we use that, I hope you don't mind me faffing about with you like this, doing this. But I reckon if we use that on the frosting, then it won't get lost. Okay. It's not going to get lost against his beard and things, but we can take out that black line and put blue in. There we go. Put my hand in Posca. And then when that white Posca's dry, I'll go back over with the blue. See, this is all the trials of what I would usually go through on a page before I brought you a video. That's why normally I plan, because I expect this second part is extremely long as well. So I'm going to outline all of that. And because you change your mind, how many times when you're colouring a page do you change your mind about colours and supplies you're using? I do it all the time. Yeah, these pens are really good. These are the, so this one is called, I think they've got names, this one is called Powder Blue, and these are the extra fine tips. So, but they also do the big bold tips, and they are incredible. Okay, that's better. Look at that. Yeah, they run really well. They have the most beautiful, they're not cheap. About £30 a set, I think. But they run really nicely. And I've had these a long time, and they don't dry up. If the nibs are difficult, after you've not used them for a while, you just soak them in warm water and they come back to life. It's very clever. Okay, nearly there, folks. Look at that. Excuse me. There we are. This takes out some of that heaviness of those black lines. I think it looks really cool. Okay, then we've got the chimney, and then I think I might use a different, like, because we put that cobalt turquoise in it, which seems to have been sort of lost in the page somehow against all the green. I might get the pastel, one of these in a sort of cobalt turquoise kind of colour to do the, there we go. Oh, I like that. That looks so cool. So if we go back to my little swatch, and we did have cobalt turquoise, so how about we use number 7 or 8? What do you reckon? 8, I reckon. Number 8. And they're all numbered on the lids. So if you're looking for to invest in some paint pens, these are incredible. There it is. Of course, it would be the last one in the thing. Of course. Let's give this a shake. There we go. Free up that little ball bearing. Make sure it's running. No. Oh. I might need to soak the nib. I haven't used this. Oh, is it coming? Give it another shake. There we go, it's coming out now. I haven't used them for a while. There we go, it's running. Okay, so I want to do those little snowy lines in the green. We can put some dots in there too. I don't know how well that shows up. I can see it, but I don't know how well you can see that on camera. And then we'll go back over that Posca and put some dots in. Bring out that turquoise a little bit. We will get there, folks. I know I'm faffing about, but this is the fun part of the page for me. All these little, using all your supplies. I do enjoy it. Okay, that's that part done. Now, I'm going to have to work from the top down because obviously I'll smudge everything, and I haven't done the fluff on the his little bauble on his hat. So we'll put that in. I'm going to go over the snowflakes that are in the background, but I'll do that off camera because I'm so shaky. It'll take a long time. I'm just literally going to trace them. I'm not going to do anything spectacular. And currently I am just covering up any black lines and going in the same sort of direction just to make that look fluffy. There we go. Alright. Okay, so now we can move down a bit. Right, so I've got this is Dovecraft and it's called 3D Pearl Effects, but it's actually exactly the same as Glossy Accents, just a cheaper version of it. So it just depends on your preference really and budget. I am going to put, just going to check it's working, so it's all plugged up. I might have to use my Glossy Accents. I'm just going to take a pair of tweezers and open that up. Just sort of dig it in there. Okay. Are we going to get any out now? Yep, there we go. So it's just, look, just clear. Do you see that blob on there? Just clear and it'll dry. It dries like plastic and shiny. Is it going to work? There we go. So I'm going to squeeze a dollop on there. And there is a dry bit there. Let's get rid of that. Right, I'm switching to the Glossy Accents. This is going well. If it messes up my page, I should be furious. Right, Glossy Accents. There we go. So I'll just squeeze a bit on there. And spread that round. It goes on, it will look opaque, but it will dry perfectly clear and very, very glossy. There we go. So you just spread it out. So we'll have a very shiny lollipop. Get rid of that one, that's rubbish. And do I want anything else shiny? We could do the little buttons. I'm going for it. I told you we're going to have bling. We can do our little Smarties. And like I said, we'll work down the page. So, now I've got my glitters. I've got these ones. These come in a set off Amazon. Glitz It. All sorts of different colours. And then I've got the Dovecraft Gold. But let me see. I think what I'm going to do is drop red in there. So I'm just using a little bit of alcohol marker as a base, because they're not particular. They're not like Dovecraft or Stickles. They're not very opaque. So I'm going to do red there, and I'm going to do red round the stars. Like that. This is why I'm working from top to bottom, otherwise I'll put my hand in it all. So I'm going to put red glitter over this. So I'm going to take this red, I don't think they have names, I think they're just very obvious what colours they are. Right, so I'm going to take my scrap page. Now, as opposed to Stickles, they've got quite a wide nozzle, but they are beautifully stickily, shiny, should I say. Okay, so we're going to put a tiny dot on that, and that, and that. See if I can lift it up. Or at least push it where it's meant to be. There we go. It's because they're not, that nozzle is not fine like Stickles. It's very frustrating. There we go. And there. And then we're going to try and go around this star without fluffing it up. Let's see what happens. Okay. How's it doing? Yeah, not too bad. Oh dear. Okay. We've got this one to do. Right. And then we're going to have red on there. Of course, because it's a heart. Red glitter on that one. And I'll dry this off and then I'll come back with the finished page. Okay. What next? I think we'll take some gold and we'll do the stripes on the wreath. Let me just check it's working properly. Yeah. So this, see what I mean? These have got really fine nozzle on them, much more easy to control. So I'll just put a couple of stripes of gold on there. And of course you can do this with gel pen. But these golds and silvers by Stickles and Dovecrafts are just incredible. And this is why I love colouring Christmas pages, because of this. Any other time of the year it would be considered way over the top. And let's put gold in this one, shall we? There we go. Gold cookie. Now what can we do? We've got the Christmas tree. I quite like the gold. We haven't got a lot of gold. So I'm going to put glossy accents on the buttons, or the Smarties. This page is I'm going to have to, it's going to take a while to dry. I'm going to have to get the heat gun on it, I think. Otherwise it won't be ready till after Christmas. The amount I've put on here. But it's a very cute page. Okay, glossy accents on and on his buttons. I won't do those for a minute. We're going to give that holly some red glittery berries. If it will let go, let go. Thank you. There we go. It's got some red glittery berries. And I think we'll go in with red glittery berries for the Christmas trees, or baubles rather. Isn't that cool? Ah, it was cool. Stupid nozzle on it. Okay. This is the realities of budget supplies, folks. Sometimes, not always. I'll just scrape it back. There we go. It's just very gloopy. I think they're old now. Nevertheless, they dry beautifully, so I'm still going to use it. Get on there. I'm probably going to, for next Christmas, invest in some Dovecraft or some Stickles. Because these, I think, are just a little too gloopy. Right. I haven't done glossy accents down there. Good. And I couldn't have picked a worse one. This is the most gloopiest one to use. But they dry 3D in case you've never used them before. And the sparkle on them is just lovely. Okay. Then I think we're going to have gold tinsel or ribbons. Like that. Let's put that red to one side for a minute. Okay, let's have the gold, because that's working beautifully. And we'll have gold ribbon. And we'll have gold on the outer part of the star. Like that. Well, that was my plan, but it didn't quite work. Yeah, we'll keep going. Gold ribbons. Okay, so just finish these because it's good fun and I can't stop. What I'm going to do is go and finish all the bling. So it would just be using, all the buttons are going to have the glossy accents on it. And I'm just going to switch between different glittery things that I've got, different colours, silver, gold, to do around the edge of the tree and the parcels. So when I've done that and I've coloured in traced the snowflakes, I'll come back and I'll show you the finished page. Alright, my beautiful friends, I'll see you in a second. Okay folks, here it is. our Christmas gnome and gingerbread house. Now, I've dried it, and I really hope if I don't know, that you can pick up. Let me just try something. Hang on. Ugh, I don't think that's going to make much difference, but I'm just going to shine this light over here and see if I can. Right, so there's glossy accents on the bow, all of the candy canes, all of the buttons and the Smarties. Can you see? Yeah, you can see it on the bow there. Glitter round the trees, round the base of the trees. I don't think I could have Christmasified this page anymore if I'd tried. Christmasified? Christmas, I don't know. Blinged it up. Not the best colouring I've ever done in the world, but gosh, it was certainly good fun. These books really do allow you to have fun. And obviously being Christmas, you've got to go to town a little bit, haven't you? But I love how shiny and glittery and gorgeousness it is. One thing I will say is if you're using the glossy accents, let it dry naturally if you can. If I bring you up to the lollipop, because I, there you go, because I dried it with the heat gun, because I wanted to get this video out to you, it kind of goes bumpy, whereas like the heart, the bow has come out lovely and smooth. So if you leave them to dry more naturally, excuse me, oh dear, oh, something tickled my throat. Yeah, if you leave it to dry more naturally, it just looks, oh my goodness, oh, something's really got me. Oh dear, I do apologise, sneezing and bless my soul, coughing on you. Yeah, so as I was saying, you leave it to dry more naturally, it always looks so much better. So take the page out from behind. We don't have that much crinkle, really, but that lovely sound. Love it. But yeah, there we are. That is, oh, better not shut it completely. Creative Havens, Christmas Gnomes by the wonderful Teresa Goodridge. What was I going to say? Yeah, like I say, not the best colouring in the world, but I had fun doing it, so, and it's certainly very Christmassy. So, I hope you've enjoyed it. I'm sorry about the delay in getting up to you. Getting ready for Christmas has just been really difficult with work and everything like that, going back to work after having such a long time off. But so there we are. I'm hoping to get you up another, we'll try and do another little Christmas page together, something that maybe doesn't take so long. And if not, if I don't, well, how long have we got? Oh, we'll get another page done before Christmas, so, or in between, I don't know, whatever. We will. Anyway, I'm going to stop my incessant rambling and I'm going to let you go. Thank you for joining me, keeping me company. It means the world to me. So until we meet again, my lovely friends, in the very near future, take really good care of yourselves and I'll see you very soon. Night night.